progress too.
Hey, keep an eye on that 9 truck just behind our leader, Tyler Ankrum. Colby Howard has been bouncing around a lot.
Oh, Daniel dies around.
And the caution is out. This will be our 4th one of the night. First one for incident.
Clay Greenfield, the 84 truck is involved. This looked like Haley Deegan, the 13, got a piece of that. That's Dean Thompson in the 5. We saw fire out from under the back of that truck.
Greenfield was a big mover. He had driven all the way from the back of the pack up to 11th at the end of that first stage.
Yeah, terminal damage right there on that truck.
2 cautions early for a little rain. Had the caution in stage 1, and now a crash.
In the middle lane back there, the blue and white car, there's the truck of Clay Greenfield, the blue and yellow one. See what happens to Clay, because right behind him is Daniel Dye, and Daniel was involved. Oh, Clay just gets loose.
Yeah, he kind of got squeezed a little bit in the middle, got loose. And all these other trucks just a victim of circumstances.
Daniel Dye almost got through there.
And you talked, Phil, about, we talked just a bit ago about the triangle not being as banked as much as the corner. It's easy to get loose through there. That's exactly what happened to Greenfield. There
Looked like Clay moved up the racetrack just a little bit and maybe made some slight contact with a truck on the outside, and then looks like he may have lost control. And these other trucks with nowhere to go. There's Haley Deegan, the 13, the 5 of Dean Thompson, and the Rackley truck of DiBenedetto.
At the end of stage 1, gain that track position. This is the kind of mess you can avoid when you establish a position at the front. We know accidents can happen anywhere here.
From first and second, they can. Yeah.
But when you're up there, you minimize the chances of getting involved in something like this.
Kyle Busch is in the middle of that somewhere.
Man, that's a mess. Look at him bouncing off each other.
Haley Deegan.
John Hunter Nemechek.
John Hunter Nemechek. He goes into the wall.
I think Ross Chastain got a piece of that as well.
And the caution is out.
Hunter and Eckes, they just
squeezed Haley a little bit, between John Hunter and Christian Eckes, and neither one of them had really forced the issue. Christian was right up against the wall. John Hunter, you know, felt like
oh, there's going to be contact on the front. There it is. That was Lane Riggs that just didn't have room to come up in front of Tanner Gray, I believe.
That's Lane Riggs in the number 1 for TRICON Garage. Got the call this week to hop aboard.
Another one of those drivers that has never raced anything like this.
Yeah, to find out just a few days before you get in this seat. Here we go. Take a look at what happened.
It was a run from the outside from Gray, and Lane Riggs just moved up, and there wasn't room there.
Tough break for teammates as well.
Wow.
Lane Riggs was running 14th at the time. Christian Eckes. John Hunter Nemechek in the 17.
Look at the damage. Corey Heim. Corey Heim's damage is more than likely going to be terminal.
Bring it straight to the box. Bring it straight to the box.
and those guys get runs, and there's a sign of it. Except for the 2 didn't really go.
He didn't really go, and then the 11 was being pushed into the 2.
Yeah.
You can see all the damage, oil coming out of that truck as well.
You almost wonder if Nick Sanchez missed a gear. I thought
38 of Zane.
Looks like a push out of line there.
Smoke, there's some damage right there.
That's Dean Thompson, the 5 truck, with some smoke from the right front, and he's into the outside wall.
Keep it up there, keep it up there, keep it up there, keep it up there, caution down.
Yeah, you saw the debris go flying off Jack's truck. Was he running?
He was running 13th at the time.
It looked like one of the Thor Sport trucks kind of went out of line.
It's coming out of turn 2.
You see the 5 truck there in the middle of our screen. Oh, Lawless Allen squeezes him into the fence.
And that's going to cut a tire down.
That's such a shame.
Yeah, he gets into turn 3 and the tire's going to go down. Right front tire's going to go down.
I mean, he didn't do anything wrong. He just tried, just close racing, and gets cut off, and it put him in the wall.
There's a lot more take and a lot less give when we get inside of 40 laps to go here.
I'd be surprised if they can affect.
Ooh, off. Can allow Stewart to get a little bit momentum on him. Which one's Matt Crafton, who cautioned on the racetrack?
Caution is out for the 8th time on the front stretch. Oh, Dean Thompson. Oh, and a big hit after he had already come to a stop on the racetrack. 4 different trucks collected there.
Is that
Trey Hutchins in the 14, Armani Williams right there in front of you on the 46.
And loose into the outside wall. You see there's 10 or 12 trucks heading that way. And the caution comes out immediately. But look at he's hidden behind a cloud of smoke. Yeah. You can't see where you're going on the racetrack.
Now there's a lot of smoke. Looks like Matt Mills is the first one that gets there. Looks like Trey Hutchins turned right to try to avoid the 5. See if we can get another view of it. There he is in the outside wall. He bounced off the wall into Ankrum pretty hard as well.
And you got to make a decision. Is he going to go low or is he going to go high? And everybody ahead of Mills went low, and he elected to do that as well, but the hole closed up.
Yeah, when Matt hit him, it pushed him to the outside. That's why Trey Hutchins, the 14, wasn't able to get by.
Look at this mess.
You see 2 trucks go right through the grass, kick up all the grass right there.
What a hit. Ankrum has a lot of damage too. We saw him hit the outside wall coming off 4. They also hit the wall just past the start finish line. There's Ankrum hitting the wall again.
Wow, you can hear it.
And Matt had slowed down a lot too before he made contact.
Going to show you how violent this is. You can see the truck sneaking by on the bottom. I think Matt Mills probably changed his mind. He didn't think he could fit through the bottom and tried to go high, but with all the dirt on the track field, his truck just simply wouldn't turn. And he made heavy contact, as did Trey Hutchins, Armani Williams as well.
Colby Howard got sideways, maybe got into Matt Crafton, and then they all went into the outside wall.
See Matt Crafton with some contact there with the 0-2 of Chris Wright. That was the deal. It was a squeeze play.
Yeah, Colby didn't have a lot of room down there in the bottom, but neither did Matt in the middle.
You saw the yellow truck hit the white one. That's Chris Wright, and he's in the 12th position. He's been able to hang in there with these guys all day. See if that...
Taylor Gray in the wall. The 43 of Daniel Dye goes around. Caution out for the 9th time.
Well, Nick Sanchez, you did a great job on that restart.
A couple of good trucks right there eliminated.
Taylor Gray, a lot of damage to the JBL Toyota. Daniel Dye.
Well, he's been our resident on board, working for us today. He's brought us great pictures. And now he's showing us the view of the wrecker.
Oh, he got squeezed into the outside wall up off of turn number 2.
And then Daniel got squeezed to the inside wall.
It's right along with him as well. There's Brett Holmes right in front of him.
That is a great job of driving. I don't care if he did go for a spin. He squeezed into a hole, and he did it very, very patiently. Oh,
no! Early.
Mason Massey is the first one I saw spinning, but there's the 99 Ben Rhodes.
Last year's winner.
Stephen Parsons with a lot of damage. I think his night is done on that 20 truck.
Yeah, you see the right rear tire looks like it's flat, and that rear end may be askew.
Yeah, Taylor Gray's got fluid everywhere, and it's pretty beat up as well. The 33.
Mason Massey.
Mason Massey. Coming off a career best finish, 11th last week.
Where this all goes wrong. The first truck I saw around was the 33 of Massey.
Dean Thompson, the 5, following him. Mason's going to jump to the high side. He's actually going to go around.
Look at Ben, lock him down, lock him down.
Trying to get stopped. There's Hosevar going by on the inside.
And you can see Gray and Parsons both suffered the same fate.
Committed to the bottom, and because Ben was in the middle of the racetrack, there really wasn't any room.
Carpenter tried to drive through, just not a big enough hole. And mark this point in the race for both the 99 of Ben Rhodes and the 42 of Carson Hosevar. Close calls. If they can come back later, their ability to avoid a big problem here will be huge.
Very little damage to Ben Rhodes' truck.
And look at Carpenter. So close to making his way through and just ripped off that left front fender. You can't just change directions on dirt. I mean, it's hard to do it on asphalt at times, but you can't just whip it the other way. It just doesn't grip like that. It doesn't work that way.
That's like Taylor Gray and Stephen Parsons had committed to the bottom. They were already in the corner as hard as they could get in the corner, and the truck's in their way.
Early caution at Bristol. We're 10 laps in.
Oh my God.
No,
We've got
big one.
more trouble on the restart. Matt DiBenedetto involved. Christian Eckes is there. Carson Hocevar.
Correct.
Wow.
Dean Thompson.
Well, this is what we talked about. You know, the restarts are just going to keep amping up every time we come to the
Best run of the year. Trouble.
That's the 5 of Dean Thompson. Brings out our 5th caution of the day. And it happens with only 6 laps to go in stage 2. He was 23rd, 1 lap down when he went for a ride.
Now you're going to see drivers know that it's time to pit. As you see Raja trying to get, he does get under Dean, and then bam, Josh Williams just turned him.
Yeah,
The other Josh Williams.
Yeah, Dean.
Not the one you were talking about.
Not the one I was talking about on the spotter stand.
Yeah, Dean was going to be fine until the contact from the 22 of Josh Williams. But now, even though the stage is going to end in about 6 laps, I want to come in now. I don't want to get those stage points if we pit now and get back going, because I don't want to give up that track position for. Here we go into turn number 1.
She just didn't look like she didn't try to make the turn so much. Looked like there was room for him to go low. Maybe her brakes.
And I think there's Chris Wright making contact. I think Dean was expecting her to turn down in the corner, take a normal arc into the corner, and
didn't work out.
Didn't work out.
Wonder if Daniel Dye was anywhere in the area.
You know he probably was.
Let's see if we can.
Tanner Gray in such a challenging place when you talk about points. He can't afford to have an incident. Speaking of which, we've got our 6th caution of the night. The 5 is Dean Thompson, who had a problem in qualifying, didn't make a qualifying run, starts at the rear, had driven to 12th, and now he's got some damage.
Lots of damage.
Yeah, flat tires and damage. You take him out of contention for a good finish.
I saw him squeezed up high on the front.
See all the letters gone off the right front tire. To racing with Christian Eckes. There's the contact right there.
Oh, and Eckes too. That looked like maybe an arguing match that escalated.
Another situation of them getting out of Matt DiBenedetto's way.
Ask and you shall receive.
That's 2 more.
Uh-oh. There it is. There's a caution right there.
That's Tanner Gray stuck in the beach, but obviously he's not going to be able to get out on his own.
Yeah, he was in the top 10 doing a great job, too.
Update on my count. I lost count.
Tanner Gray was
Ran
running
out of paper.
8th at the time, so that brings out our 2nd caution of the day. That's pretty incredible considering the conditions today.
Well, we talked to
Tanner Gray, we already saw him get pulled out of China Beach. Well, the sand trap earlier one time. Keep digging.
He's trying. He's trying. He's getting close. He's getting close.
Showing the capability of a race truck. Look at him go.
Listen to that motor. Listen to that motor.
Don't float up. He did it.
That's the most RPM that motor's turned all day long.
That was a beautiful aerial shot.
That was adventurous.
He said, I'm not sitting here waiting and bringing out the caution again.
He's a lap down because of that spin earlier.
He and Hocevar both a lap.
Stewart's got to go because you look at those drivers. Oh, and there's a hard hit.
Tanner Gray.
First caution of the day. Comes out a couple of laps in.
Tanner was running in the 15th spot. He was really good in practice yesterday. Actually had the 2nd quickest truck in practice.
Yeah, we interviewed him and he was so optimistic about how, that's not going to work.
As you can see, steam, obviously, he's punctured the radiator.
Got loose underneath the 1.
That's his
teammate,
Yep.
Kaz Grala.
And that's the radiator actually sticking up. It actually came out of its mount and is barely even hanging there.
You know, we talked about early, Adam, how hard it is to run that bottom. You're going to get loose down there.
And that's exactly, oh, nice job by Ankrum hanging on, but he's going to have a little damage. Man, you just feel terrible for Tanner because it's just such a great truck and he wanted it so badly, knows he's got to win. And
we talked about him being 24 points below the cut line coming in, needing a good run here. It's almost going to be a must-win for him now next week at Richmond.
When you look at all those drivers, you don't know what their fate will be today, but you look at the number of drivers between him in a playoff spot and how tight things are. Seems pretty obvious now. He's going to.
Yeah, don't know whether he just chased it up the hill or moved up the hill. But
it looked like he just moved up the hill, maybe thinking he could squeeze his way up, and certainly.
And it's chaos. You can see right here. These trucks were not able to see after the initial truck started spinning and created so much smoke. There's another view. Kligerman, Kaz hard into the outside wall. Zane gets into Kaz. Stefan gets into Zane. Austin Hill gets involved with the 7 truck. He gets together with Stefan after the fact.
I will say, though, 3 years ago, we did have a driver come from a lap down after getting the free pass to go to victory lane. So that scenario can play out. And hey, there is the caution. Dean Smith goes for Dean Smith, my gosh, the college basketball coach at North Carolina.
Tar Heels.
Broadcast
Tar Heels.
Yeah. Dean Thompson brings out, and Zane Smith will now get the free pass.
And man, they have improved that truck too. He was cruising along in the top 10. It would be fun to see what Zane can do. Check out what happens. A little bit late here. Don't know if he got any help, but he was sort of all by himself. Don't know if somebody got into him entering the corner. Maybe there was.
Well, that's Haley. There. That's Haley right behind him.
And they were racing each other.
I don't see a telltale mark on the back of that truck, so may have just been a situation where Dean lost control. Haley did a nice job avoiding.
It's Ty Majeski.
Oh,
and the caution is out for the 4th time. Backstretch issue. In the meantime, the 15 saw the black flag. He has to bring it down. Oh.
Spencer Boyd.
And the 12, Spencer Boyd, with big damage.
Dean Thompson in the 5, even bigger damage, it appears.
Yeah, the rear of the 5 truck and the front of the 12 truck.
Dean Thompson was on the lead lap.
So Tanner Gray had to bring it down pit road.
This accident, though, was a break for Gray.
Right in the action.
Oh, ooh. Dean Thompson tried to clear himself to the outside.
Ooh.
Oh. And then Spencer Boyd comes along late.
Oh my goodness, what a hit.
Wow.
That was a big hit. It was good to see Spencer Boyd out of his truck.
You could tell he was shaking a bit, but was able to get to the safety truck on his own power.
That 7 truck you're talking about, right, Michael?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sawalich brings out our caution for the 6th time today.
Tough break. You see him moving around in the truck. Tough break for Sawalich, but this may be the time. We're going to have about 40 laps to go for that Hail Mary to come in and put some tires on. Even though we don't have that many laps on the tires. Only, what, about 20 laps on these tires.
And 25 trucks on the lead lap.
A lot of trucks on the lead lap for sure.
Yeah, we put a lot down in that first stage around a lot of green flag laps, but since then there's been quite a few cautions putting more trucks back on the lead lap.
Just got a little bit loose inside of Ben Rhodes.
See what Ty Majeski saw here from his onboard camera.
Ben gave him plenty of room. He had the entire blacker part of the racetrack plus some of the gray part, and William just got a little bit loose.
Good day for William. Sawalich won the ARCA race from the pole, but unfortunately in the wall here in the truck event, bringing out the caution.
Right now.
I can't tell you how impressive that was.
There's a caution.
Raja Carew through the grass. Well, we're going to see another one of those.
Oh my goodness.
Producer Mark Smith got in her ear and said, "Do we see another caution?" I said, "Heck yeah, we see one."
The answer is yes. And the 15 of Tanner Gray.
What a good run it had been for Tanner Gray.
Yeah, on the lead lap. here. There's only 13 trucks on the lead lap.
He was top 10 all day long.
According to the scoring monitor, Jake Garcia will be the recipient of the free pass.
Raja stays on the lead lap. He's got some issues, though. Look at the damage on the back of the truck ahead of him. That was Ben Rhodes.
He can put some tires on. Again, they're going to be older tires, but he can put tires on that truck just in case. Ooh, Jesse Love
did. And then Raja got out of the gas aspect, and then Tanner didn't see what was happening, and they made contact.
I think that's exactly right. I think you called it exactly right. Jesse gets sideways.
And big time sideways.
Big time sideways. Raja sees it. He's right behind him. He backs off. Tanner doesn't see it. And it happens so quick that his spotter didn't even have time to tell him.
And when you say doesn't see it, you can't see it. You're driving right behind another truck. You can't see over the truck. So he was just a victim of circumstances.
It's another shot. Talked about Jesse Love and the one getting sideways.
Whoa, nice job by Daniel Dye. Did you see him just avoiding Gray there off down the front straightaway?
A lot of drivers did a nice job avoiding that. Oh, caution.
Caution's out first of the night.
Oh, Jack Wood's involved. Dean Thompson.
We saw part of Thompson's truck fly off of onto the racetrack. Those two trucks are done for tonight.
Yeah, tremendous amount of damage. So optimistic for Jack. Great qualifying effort. It's going to come to an end early on.
Jack was running in the 9th position. Talk about a good qualifying run and keeping his nose clean early until contact with the 5 of Dean Thompson.
Look at all the damage to the back of Jack's truck. Wow.
Yeah, that's a shame. Seen Jack have some speed as of late, and to watch it go away. Oh, Dean just couldn't get to the bottom.
Yeah, Jack had already gotten to the outside wall and was sliding back down the racetrack when Dean came along.
Man.
Dean had committed to the middle, to the top of the racetrack, tried his best to turn it hard to left to avoid Jack, and unfortunately couldn't do it.
16 laps in.
Was it the 41 truck maybe of Bailey Curry that was behind
it's so hard to see.
Yeah.
Caution.
Wow, those two orange and black trucks got together somehow. And watch Gillen come sliding through here.
I think he made contact with the 35 of Jake Garcia, I think, before he came into view.
This is just a situation where it's a chain reaction. One guy thinks he can get in a hole, and another guy doesn't think there's room, and things go all to pieces. You know, whether you
got my attention.
Not far behind him, guys. Grant Enfinger in 10th and Ben Rhodes in 11th.
They're all within 5 positions of each other right now.
Oh, and he spins him. Carson Hocevar gets into the back of Corey Heim and brings out the caution, the 7th one tonight. Heim is backwards on the racetrack. So is Stuart Friesen.
I really don't understand that.
Well, he dove into turn 3 and popped him and went down in turn 1 and just spun him out.
And he's frustrated.
Well, I mean, I feel the same way he does.
How do you think Corey Heim feels right now?
Well, a good thing about Heim is he didn't get any damage. He spun sideways.
I did not mean to do that. I thought he was going to take a bigger arc.
This was just over-aggression.
We gave him the 1 tap.
This was just spun him out.
And then moments later, that.
But watch Heim. Slides. No contact. The big loser in that crash was Stuart Friesen. He didn't have anything to do with anything. Just got wiped out.
Yeah, Corey's going to have just a slight bit of damage on the right rear corner where he got into Stuart. But shouldn't really affect how that truck runs. But tough break for Stuart Friesen.
Corey had done a nice job of running down Carson, made the pass cleanly. I guarantee you Corey didn't see this coming.
No, sure did.
Right there, just up the hill.
He ain't getting out of here tonight. Promise you that. Okay, bud, just take a deep breath. Reset. We can do this.
He can't do this. Oh, no.
And caution is out again. Can you believe it? Carson Hocevar destroyed his truck.
I was looking on the scoring monitor that Corey Heim was backing up to Carson Hocevar. I have to believe that that's related.
I believe he just said that's fair.
But Taylor Gray's an innocent victim of that.
He had a great night going. Top 10 most of this evening. 3 laps to go. Caution out for the 9th time.
Grant Enfinger says, I wish y'all could have settled that after the race.
Yeah.
And let me run my race to the championship.
See the damage on the left side of the 11.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Carson Hocevar coming up on the 11 right here. And you see Taylor Gray around.
Yeah, that's what we call payback. You know, Corey doesn't want to wait till next year. He wants to make sure.
Whew. Big hit. He's right on board with Corey Heim now and see from his vantage point. Paybacks in racing. What a turn of events for these 2 championship contenders.